5, 6, 7, 8, go!
Täna on meil siin külas Sanna Myllylahti ja morrish. Üks tegeleb improvisatsiooniga, teine kaasaegse tantsuga. Moderaator on meil Evelin ja palun.
So, it's our third day to talk, or dance people talk. And the first day we were talking about improvisation, and then we went on with this topic. And yesterday we were quite emotional and talking about emotions, or emotional, difficult emotional steps.
Yeah.
Yes. But today, these people knew each other very well, and they have their own topic. They have their own pride that they really want to share with us. But before that, maybe you can say just a few words about yourself, what you are doing, and maybe you start.
I start.
You start.
Okay. So my name is Sanna Myllylahti. Everybody got that one, actually. Here is quite easy. Everybody can pronounce it also, which is lovely. After 20 years in Holland, it's wonderful to be in a place where people can say my name. And what do? I do many things. But mainly I work with contemporary dance technique. Very physical work. Working a lot on the floor, as some people who have been taking my class have noticed. I make my own work also. I choreograph, and sometimes I still perform. Not so much in my own work, but for other people. I usually, when I make pieces, I make it for other people. So I don't like so much to be involved in my own work, maybe because I'm such an annoying choreographer. So it's not so nice to work with me. So I prefer to work with other people. And that's a bit what I do. I'm interested in very physical dance. I am not so into psychological drama. I believe in movement, and I believe that the function of dance, or function is the key word. That function of the dance, or function of the it should be in the dance itself, and the expression, the form, should come out through the movement, and not so much building a story or building up something psychological what people need to read. So I try to build structures and forms which in movement which do express something then outwards. So this was quite a long story already. 15 minutes. I'm doing very well.
Thank you.
No.
No, we don't translate today.
We don't translate.
Okay.
Oh,
Wow.
I'm so looking forward to being.
Sorry.
It's a big disappointment.
Now he's just afraid that nobody will really understand what he's saying, but it's okay.
No, I was going to have so much fun with translating. Okay, that's so interesting. When did we first meet?
Long time ago. Yeah.
How many years? 4 or 5 years ago?
Yeah, something like that. Through Paul.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
And you were working with Paul.
Yeah.
Paul
Selwyn
Norton.
Yes.
Yes.
My favourite psychopath.
As we all know.
Yeah.
Okay, that's being said. So
Yes.
tell about
So-
Well, no, I
words,
want to
maybe.
talk. Well, yes, I'm Andrew Morrish. I only do improvisation. I teach improvisation. I perform improvisation. Mainly, I do solo. Sometimes I do other little things, but only, for my wife. She's a choreographer, so sometimes I'm in her pieces, but I only improvise. But generally, I just do solo improvisation, and I teach.
And she
solo
lets you
improvisation.
improvise.
She lets me improvise. She knows it's the only way that I can do it.
Okay.
Yeah, and I for about the last. I was born in Wales. I went to Australia when I was 12. I started improvising when I was 30. I'm now 58. So I've been improvising for 28 years. I don't really have a technical dance background. I got very engaged with dancing through rock and roll. There was a very big tradition in the 70s in Australia of rock and roll bands playing every night, and I would go and dance by myself. I loved this, having been a very non-physical child. Left-handed, poorly coordinated, bad at sport, read books all the time. Big brother, good at sport. Little brother, bad at sport. I was very unphysical, very, very unphysical. So then around this late 20s, I started dancing, and I really enjoyed it a lot. The thing I loved most was this feeling that I was looking for some kind of surrender, you know, to kind of let go of something into this physicality, which I'd never really had in my life, you know. So I consider myself to be someone of almost no physical talent. You know, like if I'd had physical talent, I would have been using it when I was a child, and I basically used to walk around and fall over, and that was it. You know, so it's been very interesting to come into a dance world without what I would call physical talent. You know? And I started by trying to go to classes, and I couldn't find any dancing in classes, because dancing for me was this rock and roll thing. And you go to a class and they would make you sit down, they'd make you stretch. It hurt. I couldn't do it. I felt stupid. So I stopped going to dance classes because I couldn't find any dancing. Every dance class I would go and I would wait for them to put the Rolling Stones on so I could dance. And it didn't happen. You would do these sequences I couldn't do, I couldn't remember. I was that guy, you know that guy you've all seen him in the dance classes, the guy can't do it, and they'll go, why is he here? We don't know either. And then I discovered improvisation, and I'd also done some training to be. I was a teacher of children, and I did some training to teach creative movement, which had Laban underpinnings, and this I really liked. And then I started working in dance with disabled children who were blind and very physically disabled as well, using these Laban principles. And then at the same time I was doing this rock and roll dancing thing, which I'd never done before. And then I thought, well, I should see what else is possible. And then I found improvisation with my teacher, an American guy who arrived in Australia in '82. His name is Al Wonder, and immediately it made sense then for me as an experience. So I still probably wouldn't call myself a dancer, probably not. I would definitely call myself an improviser. My wife is very much a physical movement purist.